Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Naufal, and today I'm going to present about introduction to Wakalah in Islamic banking and financial system. Wakalah in Islamic banking and financial system is a contract where a principal authorizes or appoints an agent to do a legal action on his or her behalf. The agent perform the task and job according to the instruction and receive a predetermined fee based on agreement. An action performed by an agent on behalf of the principal will be deemed as action by the principal. The main features of agency are service, representation, and the authority to act for the action for the principal. Some of the service include sale and purchase, letting and hiring, borrowing and lending. For example, if you want to sell the car, we will appoint the agent to sell the car on our behalf. That is the thing for Wakalah. Okay, now we go to Wakalah in Tabung Haji. Wakalah in Tabung Haji is a depositors appoint Tabung Haji as a representative to manage their funds or money in Tabung Haji account. Depositors can withdraw the money from Tabung Haji account based on terms and conditions. Tabung Haji have right to invest the depositors' money, and depositors receive profit from Tabung Haji investment activities. Tabung Haji will invest the depositors' money and profit will be divided, but loss will be borne by Tabung Haji because this scheme is guaranteed by government. And last but not least, deposit in Tabung Haji only placed for investment purpose to perform Haji. That's all. Wakalah in Tabung Haji from our part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to share with you, or I would like to continue our presentation about Wakalah Tabung Haji. Okay, my name is Muhammad Amir Farhan bin Muhammad Isa, 2020282472. Okay, overview about Wakalah Tabung Haji. Overview in Tabung Haji. Okay, the idea to set up the Perbadanan Wang Simpanan Bakal Haji (PWSBH) was triggered by the Royal Professor Yang Mulia Tunku Abdul Aziz bin Tunku Abdul Hamid in December 1959 as a Malaysian economist to the Federal Government of Malaya. The first step was taken with the establishment of PWSBH under the Law Number 34, 1962 in 1963. The corporation was under the purview of the Ministry of Rural Development. Beginning 30 December of 1963, PWSBH created history by opening counters to collect deposit from prospective Hajj pilgrims in Malaysia. Muslims in Malaysia were taught at an early age on need to save in a Sharia-compliant body to prepare for their Hajj. Wakalah take effect from December 31, 2019, replacing the previously used Wadiyah Yad-Dhamamah saving contract. Under this new contract, TH act as a representative to manage their depositor fund for investment and pilgrimage affair, where the profit is generated annually will be distributed to the depositor based on TH financial performance. TH investment strategy is based on strategic asset allocation, SAA, approved by the Minister in the Prime Minister Department. Okay, definition of Wakalah according to TH. The depositor appoint TH as a representative to manage fund in TH account without bounded by any terms other than written and in following with the Tabung Haji Act 1995. The role of TH depositor receive the distribution of profit from TH investment activities after deducting TH management costs, Hajj costs, zakat, always subject to TH requirement under Tabung Haji Act 1995. TH will pay zakat on behalf of the depositor, and the depositor no longer need to pay zakat on their own TH account. The amount of zakat deducted from the profit upon the depositor death, saving in TH shall be paid to the nominee of hibah amanah. Nominees are entitled highest only as the nominee. They represent the depositor highest, and when the money is received, he shall distribute the money according to Sharia jurisprudence. And any inheritance claim of hibah amanah TH is subject to TH existing rules and procedure. TH from the Wakalah. Advantages of saving at TH. The first one is, of course, Sharia compliance. It's all investment is Sharia compliant and provide return to the depositor. The Securities Commission Malaysia Advisory Council on 29 November 2013 has approved a new list of Sharia compliant security based on the revised screening methodology. Significant changes of the revised screening: conventional income level, conventional debt level, and conventional cash deposit level. Contributing to toward the welfare do you Farrahman pilgrims, which with the establishment of TH, the thing related to Malaysian Hajj pilgrimage became much easier and well organized. The next thing is guaranteed by the government. Every ringgit kept in the TH is guaranteed by the government. TH will ensure the deposit well-being are taken care of any of its business and investment activities. The next one is tax exempted, whereby interest income received by resident individual from money deposited as following institution is exempt from tax from 30th August 2008 by LHDN, covering the Tabung Haji Act. Zakat is paid as mentioned above, paid by TH from the investment profit, not from saving. The next one is no saving limitation. Easy withdrawal. Later you can go and find it. The how to withdraw the money from the TH account. And then TH promised to help depositor to obtain Mabrur Hajj with reasonable expenses, coordinate a timely, safe and reliable Hajj flight, provide clean and comfortable accommodation in Holy Land, maintain account professionally and manage it privately and confidentially, invest in halal investment prudently and safely in order to provide return which are comparable to the market, while ensuring continuous growth, providing courteous, fast and efficient services, provide accurate, clear and up-to-date information.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Hisham bin Nurdin, and I will present about the first application and practice of Wakalah, second issues, challenges and factor related. The first is application and practice of Wakalah. The Wakalah concept changed the Al-Wadi'ah yet the Manah saving contract because it is more effective, methodical and structured. Wakalah was formally implemented on December 31, 2019. Wakalah signifies that clients, in accordance with the Tabung Haji Act 1995 authorize Tabung Haji to take whatever action with respect to the money they deposit with them. And every depositor agreed to the Wakalah idea, which gives Tabung Haji permission to carry out the task and subtract costs before paying out the profit dividend to the depositors. Next, the price comprises administrative expenses, Tabung Haji's share of the Haji expenses. And thirdly, the depositor have given Tabung Haji permission to pay zakat on his or her behalf before receiving investment returns. It is then distributed once the three main points are rejected. Tabung Haji has no shareholders or anyone who owns the institution because it was established under the Tabung Haji Act. That is the responsibility of Tabung Haji as a representative in the Wakalah concept. And as a result, there is no profit available to be shared with the shareholders by the depositor. As a result, depositors will receive all earnings. This indicates that what Tabung Haji reject is actually the administration cost and not a fee. And Tabung Haji occasionally makes an effort to cut costs in order to increase profit and increase distribution to depositors when administrative costs are lower. And the government guarantees the depositors' principal funds under both contract. And they are both eligible for profit or return. The two contract do, of course, differ from one another in specific. Second, in terms of Wakalah specifically, it entails a depositor visiting Tabung Haji and offering his money as a principal, asking Tabung Haji to do something such as invest the money in a question among other things. Okay. After deducting the administration fees and some of the associated costs indicated previously, Tabung Haji's duty as a representative is to give a return to the depositor if there is an excess return. Depositors will receive larger payouts as a result of the Wakalah idea being permitted. The senior researcher at the International Sharia Research Academy in Islamic Finance, ISRA, claims that the division of whether or not to pay significant dividends is dependent on business investment and other factors rather than the terms of the contract. So the title, the title is Issues, Challenges and Factor Related. Many individuals believe that the issue and the word give have the same meaning, while each standpoint has a different meaning and set of circumstances when viewed from the perspective of the trend in jurist thinking. According to the study findings, Tabung Haji implements contract with depositor using the Wadiah Yadamanah contract, which is another name for a loan agreement, to avoid the element of riba. The present and its sum must be provided voluntarily by the gift giver and without question. But after the Wakalah system was implemented, it was no longer referred to as a grant but rather as the distribution of earnings determined by the success of the business. And for sure, it is done in a better direction or more appreciate the situation. All this time, Tabung Haji has been using the Wadiah Yadamanah contract, which is saving with capital guarantee. And another, Tabung Haji has rule direction over all grants thus far. Without a doubt, Tabung Haji needs to secure its funding. Actually, the capital is not granted by Tabung Haji, rather it is guaranteed by the government. The new Wakalah contract allows Tabung Haji to guarantee grants, if any. The Tabung Haji Act already provide that the government will guarantee investors capital, and all this time it's the government that guarantees the deposited investment, not PIDM, not Tabung Haji, but the government. When using Wakalah, the representative does not have the right to guarantee the capital, but a third party other than the representative can guarantee the capital. In principle, it is similar to having to create a new contract, but in reality, it is rather challenging. Even going to a branch to create a new contract on your own is rather challenging for the Tabung Haji to make depositors request for an account update. Most academics agree that the government has the right to control it because of Aizan, which translates to you take it or leave it. This type of contract could be changed for the benefit of the community and to make this thing simpler. Wakalah, it makes it easier for Tabung Haji to manage investment, pay dividends, manage Haji subsidies, and manage investors' zakat payments. It is more flexible than Wadi'ah. There may a few minor difficulties, but one thing is for certain those who have been looking at the Tabung Haji issue from the fiqh perspective all this time have been waiting for this reform for a very long time. And thank you.
Okay, then we proceed to the advantage and disadvantage of Wakalah in Tabung Haji. So the role of Wakalah is very important to ensure the attitude of helping each other in meeting the needs. So that is a focus point of Wakalah that Tabung Haji use it. In addition, it can facilitate certain matters, especially in matters involving Haji funds and user. So they need Wakalah because need to manage about Haji funds and users pen deposit. So the more importantly, Wakalah also facilitates the affairs of a society larger scale, especially Muslim. So contract of Wakalah is very, very, very hard for the Muslim. So there are several advantages and disadvantages of the concept Wakalah in Tabung Haji. Yeah, so the advantage of Wakalah in Tabung Haji, I have a few things. The firstly, Wakalah concept saving contracts provide more added value and benefit to depositors without affecting any of the facility benefit of existing account were mentioned on 31 December in 2019. So, Wakalah more give added value for depositors. As we know, before this, Tabung Haji using Wadi'ah Yaqbamanah. So, using Wakalah concept to provide more value to benefits and to depositors. So, the profit generated will distribute and depositor based on current financial of performance of Tabung Haji. As well, through Wakalah concept as well, Tabung Haji will always strive to improve services, implementing reforms and restructuring for the benefit of the visitors. So and also the most important is giving an advantage to active depositors after ever active in 7 years, depositor to get hibah. And it is a function of Wakalah and the advantage for user in general. So we go to a disadvantage. Even though Wakalah is very helpful for the user, but get a few disadvantages. The firstly, concept Wakalah in Tabung Haji management usually only applies to money management policies involved with hibah only. And also, this policy is advantage to the user because the grant is paid based on the condition that have been made. Tabung Haji itself has a limitation. So, to expand the depositor's money because it's bound by terms of the Wakalah contract, which means Tabung Haji have limit to expand the money, maybe some investment. So, where the concept Wakalah is not ownership contract, they give a freedom to manipulate money at will. But actually, the payer is appointed as a representative to depositor or other institution based on the condition guideline have been set. So, we go to terms on condition of Wakalah in Tabung Haji. So as we know, the principle is by the scholar and the pillar condition of Wakalah must have the four things. The first thing, a representative, which means a person who delegates another person to do something on his behalf. Muwakil is required to be someone who is authorized to deal with the matter delegated. Therefore, he must the matter or under his care. So, this is the first thing, representative. The second one is representative. The condition must be a person same legal status as the principal because he will manage the delegated matter. And the third, sirah ataupun ijab dan kabul. Two things are required. The first, the form show that client is certified the representative, whether it is a spite of it because of a concern to the cancel business. And the fourth, muwakkal fee. So that is a business received by a representative that right don't matter in principle of regulated during the representation. Wakalah is not valid if it's not owned by the principal. So that is an important thing. Okay, it must be fee muwakkal that is not it is entirely such a representative selling his property, even if it's not known what the property is valid. So we must be a matter that can accept representative, especially purely physical worship such as a prayer, fasting, and not validity delegated. So based on term and condition, Tabung Haji must use as a indicator to use a concept of Wakalah. As we know, Tabung Haji grant contract saving at Tabung Haji are under the Wakalah saving contract that replace Wadi'ah Dhamanah saving contract that was used before. Tabung Haji is the representative managed depositor funds. So, Tabung Haji is only a managed depositor funds to the purpose for Haji investment and also management activities where the profit from deposited investment savings will be distributed to depositors after taking into account Haji costs, zakat, and also management costs. So the modus operandi of the Tabung Haji, first to calculate the profit earned by depositors, as we know, hibah. So the final process in which the grant will be credited directly to the active depositor account or handed over in cash at the counter depositors, or here who have closed the account in the year where the grant is made based on principle of Wakalah. So in conclusion, Tabung Haji is a financial entity that look after the welfare of consumer and indirectly contribute to the national economic sector. So that's a important thing of Tabung Haji. The existence of the Islamic socio-economic system will be begin to develop as well. Tabung Haji use Wakalah concept is a good example. It's a good for example, as we know, not Tabung Haji using this concept, even though Bank Islam and also another institution, a bank using Wakalah concept. So in addition, is to helping customer to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam, which means performing Haji. So the awareness of saving money in Sharia compliant fund just need to be fostered in the community. This will also increase customer awareness of the important contributing to the well-being of Islamic economy. So that's all for me. Thank you.